Hey guys, welcome back to today's video. It is April 1st, new start to the month. I don't know if I recorded a video yesterday, but whatever. Today I was very busy. I was helping a friend move out, and yesterday I was helping pack all of his shit up. I was out till like 2 in the morning. I tried to get up today. I got up and fell back asleep. So I didn't end up trading today, but I do want to kind of go over what I saw in the markets today, and it's actually very clean. Two potential setups. One is better than the other in my opinion, but both were valid. Now, essentially, we are still very much bearish on the 4-hour. So as you can see here, I've already kind of pre-marked this up, but this would be the first break. We have our second break, and pretty much we were reacting within this area. We were right here in the morning, and we just grabbed 4-hour liquidity, and we're sitting within a 4-hour bearish order block. So come to market open, what we see is, so pretty much, where is my brush? This is setup number 1, and this is setup number 2. This one happened right, pretty much like right at New York Open. This one happened much later, later in the session, around 11:30. But to kind of go over it, essentially what we see here is we have our break in our favor, a liquidity grab, which was grabbed before 7:30, like right before market open. So this is again a bit of a lower probability setup. I haven't fully tweaked the probability class, including all of the absorption confirmations now, but we did tap into our entry order block right here, and essentially we're looking for absorption right here, or we're looking for absorption, within that entry area. Now, if I move over to deep charts, if we stick to the 5-minute, there's no real clean entry here. We can see buyers getting aggressive, but more so in this candle right here, lots of buying stepping in, and a big amount of contracts being executed, and we don't push up from here. In fact, we flip the delta. Selling becomes a lot more aggressive right at 7:40. So pretty much here, what I'm looking for is, so we have absorption, we have initiation. I'm looking for a retest of that initiation. So really, I want to see, this would probably be a good area right here. This is where I want to see a retest, right? Now, preferably, again, I'm starting to get better at looking at this and recognizing behavior or behavioral patterns, but I kind of want to see it within the next 2 candles. At this point, it's a bit too late. Now, again, like, the nice thing about order flow is, like, it could be very precise, right? So, like, you could get away with break even very fast. Like, even this is a 3R. But again, it's like, that's a very precise entry. It very depends on the moment of time. If I flip this to the 1-minute, and again, I don't know how I want to approach this, whether it's like, do I want to use, if I'm going into a 5-minute order block, do I look for 1-minute absorption? Or is it like, do I just stick on, if I'm going to a 15-minute order block, do I look for absorption on the 5-minute? But in this case, on the 1-minute, it's actually a lot cleaner, much cleaner. Again, we see huge amounts of buying coming into the market and not being rewarded, so no follow through. Buyers are getting absorbed by passive sellers on the heat map, and we see initiation from the sellers, right? We dump aggressive selling coming in, and essentially we retest that initiation, right? So sellers, I'm looking for sellers to defend this level, and we can get in right here, right? Let's say we keep the stop loss above that high. and we target the low down here. So that would be this low, right? 659, yep. We're looking for a 6R trade. This ends up running for a potential close to a 5R. I most likely would have trailed if I was in this. I think I'm going to go with a trailing stop loss instead of going by RR. Like if I go to 1 to 1, I go break even, 1 to 2, I go to 1 to 1, trail my stops like that. I think I'm going to go based off of participants. So again, I see aggressive selling coming in here, right? This dumps. At this point in this price point, I would trail my stops to like above these sellers, or like maybe above this candle, right? And I would have gotten stopped out for like a 2.6R, which is not bad. That's great. Now again, this is all in the 1 minute. So again, I still need to figure out how to decipher if I want to, how I want to approach the absorption. Do I want to be on 1 minute? Do I want to be on 5 minute? The other option is I could do a range bar chart, right? So it's based off of point ticks, or like movement in ticks, not time, which actually could prove to actually show cleaner absorption. Now the second setup is again cleaner in my opinion because I get to see the absorption step, or the 3 steps of absorption on the 5 minute. So back to the trading view chart, what we see here is a break in our favor. So at this point we are bullish, right? 1, 2, 3 breaks to the upside, we're bullish. We finally have another break to our favor on the downside. On the higher time frames, we're still bearish, so I'm looking for breaks in my favor towards the downside. We have our break, we have liquidity grab, and we might be asking, okay, what order block are we going to be using? If I scroll all the way over, there is this order block here that has not been invalidated yet, right? Still counts in my books. Absorption at the top here. Now this is cleaner because, as you can see, aggressive selling, we're starting to consolidate. Again, look at this right here, 100, you can't even see it, but it's like I think 170 contracts, maybe 90 contracts. Huge amounts of buying coming in, not getting rewarded, right? And then we see initiation from the sellers right here in this candle. Huge amounts of sellers coming in, and we beautifully retest that, and sellers are defending pretty much this level right here around the 6650s to 6649s, right? We could have gone in, let's just say we got in right here. Even if we wanted to be conservative and keep our stop loss above that candle, 16 ticks, where do we target? We're most likely going to target this low, even this low down here, which is a bit absurd, but I would have trailed. Honestly, I don't know how I would have treated this, but like this potentially ran for like 11R, and that shit plummeted. That was 11:35 to like an hour. So these were the 2 setups of the day. Again, I am really loving my new confirmation, or my new entry, instead of waiting for a PA level. Even to be honest, like I'm kind of noticing ES has cleaner PA levels than gold, because like right here, this would have been the PA level entry, right? We would have shorted from here, stop loss above the highs, and we would have targeted down here. This goes for 9.6, but because we're using absorption, we get a much more precise entry, and invalidation is very, very quick. So yeah, that's kind of all I have for you guys today. Tomorrow is Thursday, so we will be up and ready to go. Low key, what I wanted to do, I'll do this after, but is the market open right now? Yeah, it should be open, right? Okay. I will quickly execute a position just because My Lucid accounts have been untraded for a while. Okay, we'll see you guys tomorrow.